The first one that I would suggest would be to not have a cup of chai or coffee first thing on rising. You always have to give a base of a fruit or some nuts or some fresh nashta to your stomach, and then proceed to having a cup of chai or coffee, whichever is your preference. You do not have to eliminate milk, or even for that matter a teaspoon of cane sugar or jaggery. You can absolutely have the beverage that you love, but just ensure that you don't have it first thing in the morning on rising, because it's definitely something that alerts you, makes you jittery. It is going to throw off your nervous system. It's going to dehydrate you while you're empty stomach, and at the same time it's going to mask your appetite, so you're not going to know if you're hungry. And then when you do realize you're hungry, you might land up eating a lot more than you should be. So no chai coffee first thing in the morning. The second one would be sitting in one place for too long. So as we know that we're all working from home, it's becoming absolutely inevitable that we sit in one place for too long, and we have to compensate for the lack of going to offices, walking down during lunch breaks with colleagues, going to the cafeteria there, etc. So all of that movement is absolutely zilch now. And in order to make up for that, I think it's very important we all resort to standing desks at home, and it's not too fancy. What you have to do is just take a stool, put it on top of your study table, and you can just work on it in a standing position for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can go back to sitting again for 30 minutes. Doing the 30 minutes, 15 minutes cycle will ensure that your abdominal area or your torso is not, as people say, ke ye to andar hi nahi jata. That is going to be taken care of. It's not going to look bad, it's not going to store fat, and it will take care of your insulin levels across the day. So that would be the second thing. And the third thing would be, of course, reducing smoking. I do believe that stress when you're at home versus when you're in the workplace is a little better managed. So that should take care of the number of cigarettes that you're doing in a day. Besides that, weaning off versus cold turkey works really well for cigarettes. So drag by drag, cigarette by cigarette, you could probably reduce the amount of smoking that you're resorting to. Definitely don't do it empty stomach or with a cup of chai or coffee, because they have contradicting effects. So ideally try and do it, if you have to, after a meal, so it protects you and the gut lining and your stomach acids, and eventually you can wean off from it and maybe leave it at minimal or quit. So these would be the 3 habits that I would suggest you take up during the pandemic and continue thereafter. It's going to make you feel good. Thank you.